1,000 years of empire and introduction. The Byzantine Empire. This empire, often overshadowed by its Western counterpart, was a beacon of culture, power, and resilience. It stood as a testament to human ingenuity and endurance. It's a name that echoes through history, even if it's not as familiar as Rome itself. Yet its influence is undeniable, shaping the course of history in ways that are still felt today. But for over 1,000 years, this empire held the line against countless threats. From barbarian invasions to internal strife, the Byzantines showcased unparalleled military strategy and fortitude. Imagine a civilization lasting longer than most modern nations have even existed. Their legacy is etched in the very fabric of modern society, influencing art, law, and governance. This wasn't just some footnote in the history books. The Byzantine Empire was a cornerstone of medieval history, a bridge between the ancient and modern worlds. We're talking about a direct continuation of Roman power, culture, and law. Long after the lights went out in the West, they preserved and adapted Roman traditions, ensuring their survival through the ages. They called themselves Romans, and for centuries, they were the only Romans left. Their identity was deeply rooted in their Roman heritage, even as they developed their unique Byzantine culture. Their story is one of incredible resilience, of cultural brilliance, and ultimately of tragic downfall. The Byzantine Empire faced numerous challenges, yet it always found ways to adapt and survive until its final days. It's a story worth remembering, a story with lessons that resonate even today. The rise and fall of the Byzantine Empire offer timeless insights into the nature of power, culture, and human endurance. So, let's journey back to the year 330 AD, to the founding of a city that would become a legend, Constantinople. This city, strategically located and magnificently built, would become the heart of an empire that stood the test of time. The Roman Emperor Constantine had a vision. He dreamt of a city that would not only serve as a new capital for the Roman Empire, but also as a beacon of hope and prosperity for future generations. This vision was grand and ambitious, aiming to create a city that would stand the test of time. He saw a new Rome, a shining city on the Bosporus Strait, where the waters of the Black Sea met the Sea of Marmara. This location was not chosen by chance. It was a place of immense strategic importance, a strategic choke point between Europe and Asia. The Bosporus Strait was a natural gateway that controlled the passage between two continents. This made it an ideal location for trade, military defense, and cultural exchange. This city, named Constantinople in his honor, was perfectly positioned for trade and defense. Its harbors were bustling with ships from all over the known world, bringing goods, ideas, and people from distant lands. It was a Roman city, but with a distinctly Eastern flavor. The architecture reflected a blend of Roman engineering and Eastern artistic influences, creating a unique and captivating skyline. Greek language and culture blended seamlessly with Roman law and administration. This fusion created a vibrant and dynamic society that was both innovative and deeply rooted in tradition. Massive walls were erected, making it nearly impregnable to attack. These fortifications were a marvel of engineering designed to withstand sieges and protect the city from invaders. Constantinople became a beacon of civilization, a melting pot of cultures, and a center of power that would rival and ultimately outlast its Western counterpart. Its markets were filled with goods from across the empire, and its streets echoed with the sounds of many languages. This new Rome wasn't just a capital city, it was a symbol of resilience, innovation, and the enduring legacy of the Roman Empire. It stood as a testament to Constantine's vision and the empire's ability to adapt and thrive. It represented the survival of Roman power in the East, even as the West crumbled under barbarian invasions. While the Western Roman Empire fell into decline, Constantinople remained a stronghold of Roman culture and influence. And for centuries, it would stand as a bulwark against those same forces that had overrun the old Roman heartland. The city's resilience and strategic importance ensured that it would remain a vital center of power and culture for generations to come. Fast forward a couple of centuries and we meet Emperor Justinian. Ambitious, ruthless, and dreaming of restoring the Roman Empire to its former glory, Justinian launched a series of wars that reconquered North Africa, Italy, and parts of Spain. For a brief moment, it seemed like the dream might become reality. This was a golden age for Byzantium. Justinian's reign saw the construction of the magnificent Hagia Sophia, a marvel of engineering and architecture that still stands today. He also codified Roman law, creating a legal system that would influence civilizations for centuries to come. But even golden ages must end. Justinian's conquests proved too costly to maintain. The empire was stretched thin, and new threats were emerging in the east, the Persians, and later, a new force that would change the world forever: Islam. The Byzantines weren't just warriors and emperors, they were inheritors of a rich cultural legacy, and they added to it in remarkable ways. They preserved ancient Greek and Roman texts that might otherwise have been lost forever. They developed a unique style of art with stunning mosaics and icons that still inspire awe today. They were innovators too. The Byzantines invented Greek fire, a terrifying weapon that could burn even on water, giving them a decisive advantage in naval battles. They were masters of diplomacy, playing neighboring powers against each other. And their legal system, based on Justinian's code, became a foundation for legal systems across Europe. Section 5. Cracks in the foundation. The slow decline. Despite their resilience, the seeds of decline were sown. Constant warfare took its toll on the empire's resources and manpower. Internal struggles for power, palace intrigues, and assassinations became all too common. The theme of decline is never a single event, it's death by 1,000 cuts. The rise of Islam in the 7th century AD was a particularly heavy blow. The Arabs, united under the banner of Islam, conquered vast swaths of Byzantine territory including Egypt, Palestine, and Syria. The empire, once a sprawling power, was gradually pushed back, forced to defend a shrinking heartland. Section 6. The Fourth Crusade, a wound that never healed. By the 13th century, the Byzantine Empire was a shadow of its former self, but the worst was yet to come. In 1204, an event occurred that dealt a mortal wound to the empire: the Fourth Crusade. Instead of fighting Muslims in the Holy Land, as originally intended, the Crusaders, driven by greed and manipulated by Venetian merchants, attacked and sacked Constantinople itself. The city, once a symbol of Christian power, was looted and defiled. The Byzantines eventually recovered their capital, but the empire was irrevocably weakened. The sack of Constantinople in 1204 remains one of the most shameful acts in medieval history, a betrayal of Christian unity at the hands of supposed fellow Christians. Section 7. The Ottoman tied Constantinople's last stand. The final blow came from the east. The city of Constantinople, once the jewel of the Byzantine Empire, stood as a beacon of Christian power and culture for over a millennium. Its strategic location made it a coveted prize for many, but none were as determined as the Ottomans. The Ottoman Turks, a rising power in Anatolia, gradually conquered Byzantine territories, picking away at the remnants of the once mighty empire. Their military prowess and strategic acumen were unmatched, and they slowly encroached upon the Byzantine heartland, tightening the noose around Constantinople. Finally, in 1453, Sultan Mehmed II, known as the Conqueror, laid siege to Constantinople. His ambition was clear: to capture the city and solidify his empire's dominance. The siege was meticulously planned with massive cannons and relentless assaults on the city's formidable walls. Despite a heroic defense by the outnumbered Byzantines, the city fell. The defenders, led by Emperor Constantine II, fought valiantly, but the sheer might and numbers of the Ottoman forces were overwhelming. The walls that had withstood countless sieges over the centuries finally crumbled. Constantine XI, the last Byzantine emperor, died fighting on the walls, refusing to abandon his city. His death marked the end of an era, a poignant symbol of the fall of a once great empire. Legends say he fought to the very end, embodying the spirit of resistance and sacrifice. The fall of Constantinople marked the end of the Roman Empire, not in the west, where it had fallen centuries before, but in the east, where it had endured for over 1,000 years. This event was not just a military defeat, but a cultural and spiritual loss for Christendom. It was a momentous event, signaling the end of an era and the rise of the Ottoman Empire as a major power. The Ottomans, under Mehmed's leadership, transformed Constantinople into Istanbul, making it the heart of their empire and a center of Islamic culture and learning. It also sent shockwaves through Europe, as the last bastion of Eastern Christendom fell to the Islamic Ottomans. The fall of Constantinople was a turning point in history, reshaping the geopolitical landscape and heralding a new era of Ottoman dominance and European exploration. Section 8. Echoes of Byzantium, a lasting legacy. The Byzantine Empire may be gone, but its legacy lives on. The Byzantines preserved classical knowledge that shaped the Renaissance. Their legal system influenced the development of law in Europe and beyond. Their architectural achievements like the Hagia Sophia still inspire wonder today. More than just physical remnants, the Byzantine Empire left behind a complex legacy. They were a bridge between East and West, a cultural melting pot that preserved and transmitted knowledge. Their story is a reminder that even the greatest civilizations are not immune to the tides of history. Section 9. What if? History is full of what-ifs. What if the Byzantines had repelled the Arab conquests? What if the Fourth Crusade had never happened? Would the Byzantine Empire still exist today? It's impossible to know for sure, but it's a question that sparks the imagination. The Byzantine Empire may be a distant echo in the grand symphony of history, but it's an echo that resonates with lessons for our own time. It's a story about the rise and fall of empires, the enduring power of ideas, and the importance of remembering the past, even as we shape the future.